Okay, that is us. We're on. There we go. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, hello, welcome, and thank you. We are Smashercast. I am Carlos, 50% of your DMs for tonight and 50% of Smashercast as it exists today.
I'm Liam. I am the other 50% of both of those things.
Today we're going to be doing a super fun, super awesome charity stream for D&D, playing some traditional TTRPG, a little Christmassy themed, and all of this and all of tonight is going to be in support of Lou and the Azrai over at StarWhispers and their GoFundMe. So we're going to be dropping a link periodically in chat. We're going to be monitoring their donations page. So if anybody wants to do $5 to provide a health potion to a player, $10 to provide advantage to a player, or $25 to provide a magical item to a player, we will be looking out for those. And if you feel like we missed you, feel free to drop it in chat and we'll have one of our mods double check. But this is our very first Smashercast charity stream, not our first game of D&D. Hopefully that part comes across. But next, I guess I'll just let our guests introduce themselves and we'll bring them on over. So whoever would like to go first.
I'll go first. Hey, it's Ross Payton with Role Playing Public Radio. I'm a RPG podcaster and a game writer. I run Role Playing Public Radio and RPPR Actual Play. I also co-host Luddo Narrative Dissidents. It's a TTRPG review podcast I do with Greg Stolze and James Wallace. I also have a Vaporwave music review podcast called Night Clerk Radio. I just podcasts and calling them radio for some reason. And should I introduce my character, or are we doing that later?
We'll do that after.
Okay, yeah. Look up RPPR Actual Play or Role Playing Public Radio on your podcasting app of choice, or Luddo Narrative Dissidents, or Night Clerk Radio. Anyways, I like podcasting and RPGs. So,
thank you. Next up.
I'm Will. I'm here. I don't have an online presence. I cannot be found.
It's mysterious.
Very enthralling.
Very
mysterious.
Powerful. Yeah.
All right. Well, if that's all. Hi, I'm Mia. I'm a writer on Trash Humanism, which is an upcoming TTRPG by Le Destroy. And I'm also a convention GM for Gehenna and Amareus Gaming. Just happy to be here.
Yeah, it's super to have everybody. Okay, now that we've done intros and we've done quick little micro shout-outs, I guess now's a perfect time. None of our players know anything about the campaign that we've set up for them. The one-shot, not campaign. Care I would never trick you into playing D&D with me forever. Liam might. I would. Now that we've gotten past that, you have no idea what you're about to play, but you do have some idea who you are. So please tell us about the group that you're playing as.
So the group name that we spent many hours developing, workshopping, and stress testing is Miscreants of Interest. And my character, I figure we're sort of vaguely wanted by lawful authorities for indistinct reasons. So, we're not really criminals, but we're definitely not like, oh boy, these people showed up. Hooray, yeah. So Miscreants of Interest. And so my character's name is Felonious. I'm a kobold barbarian because I thought that would be funny. And he is vaguely criminal he's just a little guy with a battle axe and a dream. What the dream is, we don't really know yet, but he's angry that his brother Thelonious is a kobold sorcerer and has gotten more famous as an adventurer. So he's trying to prove that he's just as heroic. So Thelonious is my character from an RPPR campaign. So I'm playing the character's brother, who's he's being famous as an adventurer. I should be famous as an adventurer, and I've got an axe, and that's about it.
The in-universe continuity. We're now part of the multiverse with RPPR. I like it. Will, you're up next.
All right, yeah. So hey guys, I'm Yarrow. I'm just a really normal elf sorcerer. Grew up in kind of a monastery library situation, archives and stuff. Was a scribe. There were definitely no incidents that happened that led to me going on this quest. Everything is totally fine and chill. I was not in the restricted section. Nothing bad happened. This is totally. It's all. I'm just here. I'm just having a good time. Um, yeah.
Not ominous at all. Not at all ominous.
All of my sorcery is totally like normal. There's no aberrations. There's no. It's all good. Yeah. No. It's. I don't know why you would think that. Um,
All right. All right. Mia?
Today I'll be playing Joan Sargent. They are an artist, a fighter, more of a sort of creative type than a big burly type, but they are sort of wearing elaborate armor that's adorned with these painted on runes, and they're sort of just making their way through the world, observing the beauty before them, and enjoying seeing new sights, and perhaps making a little bit of coin on the way.
That feels pretty perfect for a ragtag group. Okay. Well, without further ado, I do like to start. We've already done some talks about consent forms and themes that we're cool with or excited about, but my favorite thing to start that I've recently discovered and also stolen is 1-in-1s. So if you guys would like to do quickly, pick another player on your party. What's a good relationship you have with them, and then pick the other person. What's a bad or like some beef that you've got, which I think really lends itself to the ragtag group because we're not obsessed with each other all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean we've got a cycle going. So you're up, Ross.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Sorry, Mia, what was your character's name?
Joan.
Joan. I like Joan because they're a fellow warrior, brave, getting up there, stabbing people with sharp pieces of metal. That's adventuring. That's how heroes are made, and villains too. But like that's proper what adventurers should do. And I definitely have a little bit of beef with Will's character, who is named Yarrow. So yeah, I'll write these down so I remember. Because you're a sorcerer, and my brother is a sorcerer, and I resent my brother. So I resent you by proxy for being the same kind of distrustful. I'm not quite like Conan the Barbarian, hate spellcasters that level, but like, that's lazy. That's lazy adventuring. To just say a few words and have things happen. You didn't stab anybody with a sharp piece of metal. Like that's what you should do. Stab
One
people.
qualification.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like clerics either because they don't use sharp pieces of metal. They use blunt pieces of metal. That's terrible.
True.
These are valid complaints, I think. All right, Will, you're up.
Okay. Prepped for this. All right. So I'll say that probably forgive me. Your character's name was
Joan.
Joan. Probably feel a little weird about Joan because I feel like they'd ask a little bit too many questions about like where I'm from and like, oh, you do scribe stuff, like trying to connect with like we both do like hand art stuff, and there's nothing interesting about my past and nothing weird that happened there, so I don't know why you're asking so many questions. I think Felonious, not Felonious. I think you're probably pretty cool. Like, as much as like I'd kind of like to go back to the monastery and continue my life without any interruptions there. The idea of like being super out there and like, oh, cool, we're adventuring seems like a cool thing, and like, yeah, let's get it. This is fun.
Heck yeah. solid party relationships. Anything to add, co-DM?
Mia's relationships. Joan's relationships.
Although everyone is connected, I suppose.
That's true. That's true. You can do whatever you want to.
I will complete the triangle. So I think the remaining links we needed is that I will have a bit of disdain for Felonius, despite the sort of camaraderie they have towards me. Just in that, like, I'm actually not the sort of burly type of fighter. I have an artistic streak that has manifested some abilities, as we'll see. And so there's a little bit of like, oh, we're not the same. And I think conversely with Yarrow, there's a little intrigue by Yarrow being a tough nut to crack. I think Joan is parsing that not as a refusal to answer, but like, oh, how intriguing. What a lovely little mystery between friends.
There's no mystery. It's all normal, dude.
Oh, how compelling. So just like that. Huh?
All right. No, thank you guys. Thank you. Without further ado, are we going to play D&D?
I think we are.
Is it time?
I think we are.
All right. Walk us in to the scene.
All right. So, as the curtains open, you are in a lovely wintry village. It is a classic, some vaguely medieval time period village. Lots of thatched roofs, stone walls, everything covered in a gentle blanket of fresh snow, smoke billowing from the chimneys, in a very neatly organized town, with just a little bit of farmland off to the corner, and some shops, and a little bit of artistry and artisanship going on. A very neatly organized, peaceful, seemingly normal town. But you've come here for some reason. You have been contacted by the local town leadership asking for your help in resolving what is apparently unseasonable weather. Very cold and ongoing snows coming down from the mountain. So we find ourselves in the town square. You see before you a somewhat maybe good-looking for his age older man, maybe bad-looking for his age middle-aged man. Hard to tell, but standing there in the cold, bundled up in a nice fur jacket, big hat on, waiting for you all to approach, and when he sees you, he waves and sort of trudges through the snow to meet you. Good morning. You must be the adventurers that I summoned.
Yes.
Okay.
Only the best.
Good. Mm-hmm. Good. That sounds promising. I'm sure you've noticed it's cold. It's unseasonably cold here. I don't know if you've ever been here before, but it's normally warmer than this at this time of year. To make a very long story somewhat shorter, several weeks ago, one of our local mages wandered off. Well, it's the snow hasn't really stopped since then, and I have suspicions that he is the source of it. You'll note up on the mountain behind me, and he gestures behind him, there is a single mountain dominating this landscape. There are foothills and mountains farther off in the distance, but this one sort of rises relatively out of nowhere, and this village is nestled right at the foot of it. And up towards the top of the mountain, you see a precariously positioned tower that's just sort of hanging a little bit off the side. And he gestures to the tower, and I believe he fled to that tower, which is sometimes occupied, but hasn't been in quite some time. And he suffered something of a personal tragedy. His wife died recently of sickness, and we figured he just wanted to get away and have some peace of mind and quiet for himself, but Well, the storms have been coming down the mountain ever since, and we think they're expanding, and we're rather worried that they're just going to continue expanding until everything is blanketed in snow. So please help.
Of course, that's quite concerning that the snow does make a picturesque image,
It is lovely.
even this time of year. Were either of them winter weather enthusiasts, if you will?
I couldn't say. I didn't actually know either of them very well. We do have a local contingent of mages who he worked with in passing that might be better suited to answer some of your questions.
Yeah, I don't see exact. Are you just jump? It sounds like you're jumping to conclusions. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not necessarily a fan of wizards or magic or any of that nonsense. But there's rules to that stuff, and I don't like causing this much weather. Seems to be like a really powerful kind of magic. Yarrow, is that like what? How powerful would that wizard have to be to do this?
It seems like they'd be pretty. I couldn't do anything like this.
Yeah, but I mean, you're not that. Well, okay, yeah, you're.
Well, that's. But I mean, this would definitely be. He wasn't like the head of the local group of mages, was he? Or like.
No, not particularly. I mean, they don't really have that strict of a hierarchy. It's more of a library of sorts, with just some mages working as staff. I don't believe he was particularly powerful.
What
Did
was
he-
his name?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Niklaus.
Niklaus.
Yes.
What was he like before his wife died? Was he like, I'll get everyone someday, or was he a cackling kind of wizard guy, or was he like
I don't think
nice
so.
kind-
He seemed
Okay.
nice enough. We've only met briefly in passing. He was
Not-
somewhat to himself, but he seemed a nice enough fellow.
no one visited him with like some ancient cursed artifact or anything? Like, you have to destroy it. You have to take it to the mountain, to throw it in some kind of volcano or something. Nothing like that.
It seems plausible as anything else.
Okay.
You have such an active imagination, Felonius. You should really consider a career as a writer or something.
What are you talking about? This happened that my brother was telling. Well, I don't want to talk about it. But anyways, at my family reunions, I hear stories, and like this stuff happens all the time. But usually there's signs. Usually there's like, like omens. Oh yeah, were there any omens like when his wife died? Like I don't know, birds dying or cows getting sick or crops failing or anything like that.
That's a good question. Not that I remember. But,
Okay.
but again,
You-
I might not be the best source of information on his personal life. He, as far as I could tell, pleasant fellow. Good at his job, I suppose.
Okay.
and
What?
now
By
maybe
the way,
the
what are we
concept of
getting
destiny
for saving you from weather? What's that? What's the going rate for that?
We're a rather small, somewhat isolated town. We don't have too much to offer, but I suppose we could scrounge together some gold from our treasuries to reward you for your valiant efforts.
Do you have what? Instead of do you have like any exports? Is this village known for like a type of cheese or anything like that? Like, here's what I'm thinking. Instead of paying me in gold, you give me what if your village is known for some kind of trade good. Just give me a lot of that, then I can take it when spring comes, haul it into a big city, and make even more by selling it. You understand mercantilism? Like that's what I'm thinking here.
Okay.
Like a cheese, maybe baskets. Are you good basket weavers? I don't know.
Surely the beauty of heroism done well is its own reward.
Well, yeah, but I need
like
to
the
hire
sound.
bards to tell people how heroic I am, and that takes gold, and that takes money.
Well, singing and songwriting is such a secondary art form.
It's a good thing we don't have any bards. Jeez.
Well, okay. Well, we'll worry about the details anyways.
Yes,
We should go talk to the actual wizard who knows something other than there's trouble. You've been great. Where's this other guy?
Well, if you go back towards the entrance of town, take a left. It's the second building. If you turn down that alley on your right.
Is it the one with the goat outside?
Probably. They've got
Okay.
goat experiments. I think I don't deal with them. Really.
Yeah.
They're troubling people
It's a
sometimes.
mean-looking goat. All right.
Tragic, really.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, thank you very much. Once the job is done, or if you have any further questions, please feel free to come back. I'll be inside, but just in here.
You do that. Good job.
Fabulous. Thank
turns
you so
around
much.
and trudges back through the snow to what is presumably his home or office.
All right.
All right, well, to this non-hierarchical
Wizard
Names.
Collective?
collective.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Is that typical Yarrow for them to? I thought they had like very strict rules and guilds and colleges.
I mean,
and-
I'm not a wizard or anything, so like, I don't. They do a lot of like weird book stuff and like, I mean, books are cool, I
Right.
like books, but like, you know, I'm just a normal sorcerer.
You're kind of a vibes-based guy.
You're a natural
Yeah,
talent.
Okay.
Yeah, just
But they're your competition. You should know about your competition, right?
like competition. Like, I don't know these people. I just work at an archive.
I'm assuming
Well,
this
let's go talk to-
conversation is happening as you're
Yeah.
Yeah, as we were
walking
walking
through the snow.
along.
Yeah.
And as you're walking from when you got here, the snow has already started picking up. It's actively getting colder, and the snow is nonstop. You're walking through, and the tracks that you made coming in here are already starting to be covered over. And there's very clearly the Mages Guild-esque tower that you were directed to. And off in the center, as you're walking through town, you'll notice that all of the other homes, aside from the mayor's, are candles out. There's no fireplaces or anything. The only other source of light or noise is going to be the tavern. As you walk past, you'll start to notice that there's no other lights in any of the homes, except for the smoke coming out of the Mages Guild Hall.
What time of day is it?
It's getting dark. Sure. The sun should be going
Okay,
down
where
in the
people
next
are home, for the
couple
evening,
of
sort
hours.
thing.
Yeah.
Do I notice anything like particularly interesting from a magical sense about the weather? Do I like pick up any vibes?
Let's call it an Arcana check.
Inaugural roll.
That is 21.
That's a good roll. Yes. Yeah, with a 21 on an Arcana check, you are maybe not as pretentious and like into all the books as those wizard guys, but you know vibes. The vibes of this snowstorm are kind of off. It feels. I mean, he said it's unseasonable weather, but like unseasonable weather happens, right? Like, that doesn't mean it's magical. It's hard to put your finger on, but you can tell that as you're walking about, you notice off in the distance, past the mountain, no clouds to be seen. Crystal blue skies out that way. But right as you get to the mountain, it does seem like there's not a wall of cloud exactly, but it seems like this weather definitely starts relatively out of nowhere, and that doesn't feel natural to you.
Yeah, no, this is it's definitely not lying about the unseasonableness of this weather. It's definitely feels a little weird. Vibes are weird, man. You know.
bet this is another one of those guy tries to bring his dead wife back to life and it fails as he makes a pact with some ancient horror or something like that.
I think that is several
Yeah.
different kinds of magic user and then involved in that story, so quite possibly.
Yeah.
Maybe these mages will have something to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. Let's talk to them. Because we need to haul ass up that mountain. Before it gets even worse.
Yeah. Sun's
That's
getting
a-
real low. But as you do, you walk up to a cobblestone building that is gray and weathered, that has a very, very classical looking wizard's keep-esque tower sticking out of one side. The building itself is not parallel or even appealing to the eye, especially to those of you who have a certain disdain for casters of other types. But there's a very traditional looking wooden door with a large iron knocker on the front and one lowly torch sticking out in front, illuminating. Already on, because the snow has been falling.
Ooh. I know. Go.
As you do, you wait for a second, and then you hear what sounds like a heavy iron latch on the other side, and then as your door screeches open in front of you, and you're faced with a very large man with the the friar's cut.
Full haircut.
The friar's cut, and he's holding his tankard, and he's got some type of like turkey grease on his face. He's like, what you doing out there in the cold?
Hoping you didn't let us in. We have questions for your boss. Are you the wizard?
I mean, we're all somewhat mage types. Yeah. Come on inside. I don't have any food for you though.
Well, okay, that's fine. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the wizard's towers. It's got to keep their.
we're
funds.
adventurers, not beggars. You know,
Oh,
all right.
Right. There's a difference, allegedly. So, we don't really have a master mage anymore. So, okay, you could talk to me.
Okay, great. I'm Felonious, and these are my associates, Joan and Yarrow, and we're hired by the town to go deal with the weather. Hopefully it isn't something that can be stabbed. Up yonder mountain, in the tower, the mayor or whoever it was who hired us, I wasn't paying that much attention, believes it was Niklas, who's done responsible for it.
Well, we haven't. You should walk with me actually if you're here to fix the weather problem, because that's what we're working very hard on right now.
Great.
And he'll start leading you into the wizard's tower as you hear the noise of people feasting get louder and louder. But as you're walking, it's like, well, we haven't actually seen Nick Klaus in a while. He ran off after his unfortunate happening. You know.
Did his wife? How did his wife die? By the way, was it illness? Yeah.
You know, it's not really sure. Yeah, it's very strange. You know, as a mage, we can kind of do pretty much whatever we want. We've got books for everything. I mean, I haven't read them all, but somebody has. It was some type of. I remember he kept muttering that it was just time, and he was trying to fight it, but no such luck, right? Not everything magic can fix. And he's like talking with you and bringing you in, and at this point, you are now in a grand hall, and you see a whole bunch of other monks having a holiday feast, hanging out. And we're actually, don't let the, joyous music and the spilling of wine fool you. We've been studying. We've been very hard at work actually trying to figure out a solution, but, you're not going to work through the holidays. Right, it's going to be snowing tomorrow. But if you've got a solution, I'd love to hear it.
Yes, a very studious looking celebration you have here.
We've got
Uh,
books, and there's some open, kind of like on the tables that nobody's touching.
Perfect.
Just a question: do the townspeople know you have this much food? Are they similarly stocked up too, or are you just kind of like a I don't know. I don't want to say the hoarding word, but you know.
No. We obviously we share the wealth. We've got this is all donated by the church, and Mr. Klaus was well off at some point, and he didn't really take all his money with him. So we've been redistributing the wealth. But the tavern has the rest of the village folk, and we told them to go bundle up in the tavern while we work very hard on a solution, and we provided them a few holiday geese and a couple of tankards. They're well off.
I just grab a plate and start eating. Like, yeah, no, I could. You're redistributing things quite well. I appreciate it.
Right, yeah. So you know, I'm assuming you're all magicians.
Yeah, with an axe.
Of a sort, yeah.
You know,
What you smell like casters. You know, one of you. What's your plan?
well, right now the plan is to kind of just, you know, see what's up. The alderman or mayor or whoever it was that hired us didn't seem to know much. So, you know, I figured all of us being casters, you know, you would be more than happy to help out a fellow mage, and you know, we could all figure this out together.
Yeah, no, that's important. Look, the only thing I can do for you is that I can let you know what books we've been reading. And we haven't found anything that points to weather magic, but we did actually find a very strange book just left open in Nick Klaus's study. Yeah, you go feed yourself, and I'll go get it real quick. And he walks off.
Perfect.
I start shoving potatoes into my robes or my furs.
How surprisingly helpful at the end.
Yeah.
What, Yarrow, what sort of mage do you think Felonius and I can pass as? Just so we have our stories straight.
I mean, I admit that whereas like he and I were all, you know, mages, but I mean, you guys could probably be wizards, right? Like,
I have dragon blood. I am a kobold. I'll have you know, I can still like I just can't I have draconic sorcery, so I just cast a firebolt at the fireplace. See? Easy.
can I, as prestidigitation fireplace, snuff out the firebolt like as it goes out?
How rude!
Well, then I can reignite it. Phew. Firebolt. Just firebolt all day.
You guys are slinging spells. None of the monks care. I think probably a couple of them are like, "Hey!" You know, raising tankards. There is like one monk that is like very studiously looks way more worried about this than the rest of them in the corner. Piles of books. But as you're noticing him, the first mage that you spoke with comes back. And he has this book that is very plain looking, and almost the book itself almost tries to convince you to ignore it as you're looking at it. Like it feels so unimportant that it's difficult for you to focus on this book. Yeah, it took me a while to find it. I mean, it was just sitting there, I guess, but there you go. But like I said, you're more than welcome to stay here, and it's just a snowstorm. It'll blow over by the morning.
No, it won't. Like, it's not usually this snowy this time of year at all, right?
Well, no, not normally, but it's...
No. And you notice how you look up on the mountain, there's that tower up there, and how the weather's coming out of that? Does that happen every year?
Well, no.
Well, I mean, if you say it'll burn over, like, we're all casters, you and I, so like we can determine that magically. And I'm gonna do a druid craft to make a weather sensor.
Ooh.
One of the rare times
So what's
anyone's
the
ever
weather?
used it for that.
I was like, I don't think I've
exciting.
ever actually seen
Oh
someone
my
use it
God.
for that.
You get an achievement. Yeah.
Bing.
So
Okay.
what's the weather for the next?
Yeah,
24 hours?
if I'm not mistaken, it is 24 hours, right?
Yeah, tiny harmless sensory effect that predicts what the weather will be at your location for the next 24 hours.
Yeah, as soon as you say, yeah, we can determine that magically, and you produce, I imagine it's just like,
Just
you
like
know
a
the little
Lex
icons?
download.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. It is just white and blowing wind inside.
Does it play calming music that's kind of jazzy?
I like to
Yeah,
think it
yeah.
does.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's your decision to make. I
Yeah,
love it.
I like it.
Give me the two of you, give me an intimidation or a persuasion, or just a performance, but please tell me which charisma-based thing you'd like to pull off.
Gee, I wonder what I'm gonna do
I
as a
will
barbarian.
pick intimidation because I have advantage from my frost rune.
Ooh.
Which two?
I'm also intimidating.
I assumed it was the two
three.
of us.
The three.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'll do
yeah.
the three.
Okay.
Oh.
My apologies.
I'll do performance because I'm casting a little snow globe, I guess. I don't know. I don't have proficiency in any of them, so that's a 10. Yes.
Yeah.
I got a filthy 20, as it were.
Ooh.
Okay.
I
They
got a
are called
17.
that. Okay, a 17, a dirty little 20, and a 10.
Yep.
Flat. Fantastic. This monk sort of straightens himself up for a second and actually tries to, get with the program and get a little more serious. Well, no, I mean, I agree completely. We're only mages. We're not we're not adventurers like you. So we figured we would wait and do as much research as we could. But you're right. We'll get back to the books, and you go on up ahead. And if you need any help, we'll come in the morning. We'll head right up.
Do you have any like magical messaging or things we could use to like? You could send if you find something in your research, you could send it to us, or if we need emergency help, we could like, hey, send you a message.
Well, normally it's for the Mages Guild, but it makes sense for us to help you, especially if you're doing us a favor and going out there in the cold, braving it. So here you go. And he pulls out this very, very clay-colored stone that has a face that seems to be whispering something etched into it, and it's very smooth and cool to the touch. And he hands it to you, and he's like, well, I've got the other one. So, if you find anything, let me know. But if I find anything, I'll let you know.
Oh, what did the book say? I'll flip it open.
Oh, okay, yeah. Give me another Arcana check.
I give it to Yara. I don't try to read it.
I'm sure Felonius
yeah.
loves Arcana.
I open it and look. It's like no.
This looks like a really normal book, so yeah, I'll take a look at it.
Okay.
Oof, wow. That's an 8.
Okay. With an 8, remind me again the languages that you speak.
Oh, that is something that I know off the top of my head.
I believe it's Common, Elvish, and Sign Language.
Yes.
I think so. That
CSL,
sounds right.
Common Sign Language.
Yeah, CSL.
Does that cover Braille or is it just?
No,
that's
that's
yes.
like a different thing, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Cool.
Dude, if somebody puts Braille on their thing, I will 100%
Yeah, that's so cool.
Braille to...
Finding a
Reward
reason
it.
to
Sure.
include that.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. I think you've got Elvish on there. So
No,
I'm gonna
it
let you.
is that sounds right. I don't know where to find this on my character sheet because I'm using D&D Beyond.
It should be on
Yeah.
proficiencies.
Features and traits.
Might be features and traits.
Or extra. They've moved things
Classic
around
languages issue.
a lot. Yeah.
The classic D&D Beyond issue, am I right?
Oof. We're not sponsored. We can talk smack.
Yeah,
But when she
you
wants.
should.
I still owe Will, while he's looking that up, I still owe Will a class on Pinkertons because he Wizards of the Coast.
Oh, right, and they're
Oh, did they kick down your door too?
No. But I told Will that if we're too vocal and we get successful, they might.
yeah, they'll come find us.
Yes,
True.
it's common sign language in Elvish.
Okay, in that case, give me another roll. I will give you advantage.
Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna do dice because that one's been mean.
Yeah.
Oh
Reading-
yeah, for sure.
Oh,
Reading
that's
our-
a nat 20 for a 24.
Ooh.
This is why we read our players' character
Yeah, yeah,
sheets, because it gives satisfying moments like this. All right. At first, you nonchalantly glance over this book that's been passed down to you. And it, like I said, it is hard for you to focus. And you are about to dismiss it and say that there's nothing of interest in there. You're almost compelled to. And then you catch something that feels like you should be able to read it. And you notice that this is you're not getting all of it, but it is some form of script that is similar to the Elvish that you know, but it feels off. It's almost, to put it in comparison for us, it's almost like listening to Portuguese and knowing Spanish. Like it's ringing wrong, but you want to be able to get it. And there's things you can pick out. And so as you force yourself to look at this book and you really focus and you lock in, you catch that there is essentially, the title is Connecting Eladrin Patrons. And the rest is a little bit jarbled. If you really took some time to scroll through this book, because of the focus that it seems to take, and also the language barrier, you could dedicate a good couple of maybe a day and get through 50% of it. But right off the rip, that's what you pull.
Maybe we should leave the book with these guys so they can they have more time to spend reading it.
Yeah, I mean, I can get, as a player to DM, am I supposed to know what Eladrin is?
Let's call it a nature or arcana check. And assuming you express out loud the title, all of you can roll that.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
What is my nature? 19.
I got a 14. Oh, please.
2 14s and a 19. I think the 19, immediately you recognize, oh, you know what? I have heard of Eladrin. Those like weird elves that like aren't really around anymore, maybe. But the only thing you can remember about them is their like defining feature is that they're connected to the elements and the seasons. With our 14s, you might remember that like you think they're elves or something, but like hard to remember any specific details.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's likely to be that much interesting in this book. It seems like another just really normal book, like all books are. So I think we can probably just,
All books are normal?
Yeah.
What about the
Have you
ones
ever seen-
bound in like the skin of mortal creatures?
I mean, what, you mean like leather-bound books? Like, that's
yeah,
really-
but like from dwarf skin bound books, My cousin told me about one. Yeah, no, my cousin told me about
I've
one. There was,
never seen.
well, my cousin, like I said, he found one, and it was books of raising the undead and turning people into vampires. It was, terrible.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still like just a normal book with like things written in it, right?
It was pretty cursed. It was a cursed book. Books can be cursed. Anything can be cursed, especially books. Yeah. Mm,
They're all
all right.
They're all really normal.
No.
One of
All
the
right.
Well,
one
perhaps.
of the monks. One of the
Yeah.
monks is in between his, sipping of mead and feasting on geese. He's like, "Oh no, yeah, there's plenty of things that are cursed. My cousin got cursed one time by his girlfriend."
Well, cursed out or actually magically cursed?
Yeah,
Not the same thing.
No, but that sounds really interesting. Like, can you tell me more about that? Like,
What?
is he okay now?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, he was a bum. I'm a mage, And he's like, mages, and they're all like, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
This is
yeah.
frat
I see,
bro mage guild.
We burned them down for worms.
What a vibe, yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, okay. So he's trying to hook up with this powerful Eladrin patron, which it sounds kind of a warlocky thing to do.
We could take
Yeah.
the book in case it's useful if we meet anyone.
Oh yeah, maybe somebody. Yeah, somebody who. Yeah, is expert. Yeah, let's take it with us. Then that's a good point.
Do you mind if we
yeah.
borrow this?
No, I don't care about it. I can't even read it. It's pretty boring. Didn't think it was very helpful.
Okay. Well, I guess we need to head out before it gets too dark. So I'll just be taking a sack of potatoes though. So thanks.
What? Yeah. No, anything you guys need.
Mhm.
Goes back to being a little ashamed of not being as motivated as you all.
What do you need? Do you need anything, Yarrow? Anything here?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Anything we use, But anyways, yeah.
All right.
A spell to fix the weather, maybe?
If you guys get one of those.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys
Flying
are heading
carpet,
out.
yeah.
Where to next?
Should we stop by
I-
the tavern in case anyone
Yeah.
knows anything more, or should we?
We might as well. I mean, it shouldn't take us too long. I can dump off some of these potatoes. I'm not going to carry an entire sack of potatoes.
Oh, how terribly honorable of you. That's lovely.
I'm doing it more to spite the mages than out of goodwill, but I'll take whatever glory that it reaps. Tell them it was no, it's definitely goodness in my heart. Yeah. I forget what I said.
That's
Yeah. Also, I can look. I throw one up and try and hit it with a firebolt. It's really cool when I actually do this. I'll roll a 20. Yeah, hell yeah, I hit it. Yeah. See, potatoes taste great when they're firebolted. Like they're really crispy on the outside and almost totally raw on the inside. It's a great mix of textures.
that does sound. Yeah. I'll have to start cooking with that way.
Someone must introduce you to the finer things in life, but let's continue.
Joan is just constantly like, we need to get these guys out more.
It's
Okay.
more barbarian is more than a character class. It's also a social class. All right.
That's true.
I agree.
I like that.
I agree. You walk back out into the snow, and it is again the tracks that you made to get here already starting to be covered over. They're hard to see. If you hadn't have made them yourself, you might not know that there were tracks there to begin with. The sun is definitely going down now. It seems like you might have another hour or so before it's fully behind the mountain, which might be of some concern. But you walk over and you head over to the tavern, and before you even get there, you automatically start hearing music and liveliness coming from the inside, and the warmth of just emanating from the windows and the chimney is very inviting. You walk in and there is a feast of the entire town. It's a little crowded. Everybody and their mother is in here. They're
How
all.
are they provisioned?
How are they positioned?
Or provisioned?
They do have quite a lot of food. It seems like the mages definitely weren't lying, but there's also children running around, and so space is tight. But there you can see there's a good holiday feast going, and plenty of patrons at the bar, and the barkeep seems overwhelmed but happy. Most of the people don't seem to be very concerned with the weather. But you walk in.
Not a village known for their foresight, huh? Or
Perhaps they just
long-term
enjoy the snow.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Glass is half full. All right. I drop off some of the potatoes at the bar without explaining it. I just drop them on there, and you're welcome. And then I grab a tankard of someone's drink that when they're not looking, and yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Nicholas. Who here knows Nicholas? The guy went up the mountain. We want to go find that guy. He's probably doing the snow.
Okay.
I have a charisma 8. I'm doing great.
The party, the holiday festivities that are going on get so quiet. The kids don't notice. They're still running around, but everybody else is like falls silent. There's still people who haven't noticed, but for the most part, you've fully changed the dynamic in this tavern. And from the back, because you just yelled it out, which is great. From the back, you hear, "Nicholas! Somebody's after Nicholas!" And the crowd parts like the Red Sea. And this woman her eyes are puffy, and her cheeks are swollen, and it looks like she is dehydrated. Her hair is disheveled. She runs through the crowd, and she's like, "Are you going up to stop Nicholas? Please
Yeah.
tell me. The mayor must have hired you. This is fantastic. Okay. The first one, the little one, he's a bit rounder, and his name is Gunther, okay? And then the other one, she's taller and she's thinner and she's smarter. Her name is Hazel, and he wouldn't hurt them, obviously, but he took them, and I don't know why. Whatever you need.
Are these your children?
Yes, surely somebody would have told you by now.
No, you have a terrible mayor or council member, and the mages aren't much better. They're not.
Felonious.
Yeah.
What?
Can't you, they're in such
I start
distress.
dipping my potato in my tankard, start eating.
No,
I assure you, it'll be our utmost priority. Can you give us any more details?
it's my young boy and his sister. They've been taken by Nicholas, and I know it's them because they used to hang out in his shop all the time. When he wasn't working at the Mages Hall, he would make toys for the children, and he's taken them. I told them to make sure that he was okay on behalf of his wife leaving, and rest her soul.
Leaving?
Horrible. Well,
I thought.
Euphemistically, I assume.
passing, into the next realm, and I sent them there to make sure that he was okay because he loves children, and has always been great with them, and he gives them gifts. But they didn't come back, and then they stayed away, and they didn't come back, and the snow came in their stead. And at first I didn't believe it was true, but then I heard that Nicholas had run off, and I just know that he took them. There's nowhere else that they would have gone. And she is just devastated and pleading.
No, we'll definitely get your children back, man. That may not have been technically what we were hired to do, because it seems like there's some interesting local politics at play here, but
Oh, I just gnawing on the potato. How old are they?
Oh, they're 8 and 9. Just still young, and they won't make it in this cold.
Oh, okay.
course.
Well, yeah.
It is our solemn duty, and in fact, we have some amongst our number who can conjure fire at a moment's notice.
Oh, yeah. I can set some things on fire. That'll keep them warm.
Well, perhaps a more delicate way of putting that, but yes.
Yeah. Are they good carriers? Do they have strong backs, legs? Tiny legs, I guess.
Felonious.
But
friends here,
Well, their father was lost to us, but he used to be one of the lumberjacks for the town, and I suppose Gunther's got good bones. They
Good.
could be helpful, but not
Yeah.
enough to last in the cold.
Oh, we'll yeah. Don't worry. Yeah, we'll look after him. Yeah. Well, I'm sure it'll be fine.
I will definitely recover your children and bring them back.
She pivots and looks square at Joan, and is like, Nick Klaus's workshop was over at the edge of town, just at the line of the forest. That's the last place I've seen them. I've already checked, but I didn't see any sign of them. If he's in that mountain, he had to have taken them with him.
Have no fear. We will do our heroic duty, of course. Well, stay here. Stay warm. My surprisingly effective compatriots and I will ensure that they come to no harm.
Thank you very much. And the crowd sort of closes back in, and somebody comes over and puts a coat over her. It's all right, Michelle. They're gonna find your kids. They seem like good people. Let's just do as the mayor said and try to keep our heads down and not let it get in the way of the holidays. And he looks at you and gives you a nod and a thankful look.
Those are the only missing people. Just so I want to have a complete list, right? Is there anything else like livestock? Anything that else we should know?
Nobody. There's murmuring. It seems like some of the people are looking and waiting, but nobody raises their hand or says anything.
All right. So we're gonna go up there, stop the weather, save Gunther and Hazel. We'll see what Nicholas is up. Maybe we'll bring him back. Maybe we'll kill him. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, has anyone heard of Eladrin here? That ring a bell? That sound vaguely familiar to anybody?
No response.
Okay.
I think our friend here may have had a little bit too much at the Wizards Hall, so we'll be going now. Thank you all for your gracious time.
She's ushered away from you guys, and you guys are left. The party slowly starts
I grab some silverware from a table before we leave. This stuff is neat. All right.
You never have too many knives, I suppose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good
All right.
digging tools too. Yeah. All right, let's go to this workshop. I think that went well. I think we're really bonding with these townspeople. I think they'll really appreciate us. Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
well, an outcome surprisingly fruitful, for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, check out this workshop.
Mhm.
Okay.
So you guys step back out into the snow. Familiar tune by now. The tracks you made getting here, basically covered again. Nicholas's workshop is basically the last building in town before you get to this path that leads up the mountain. It is dark. No smoke from the chimney, no candles inside. If you try the door, it's not locked. But as soon as you open it, it is cold and dark and not much warmer than it is outside. There are beginnings of cobwebs starting to form in the corners. Things are a little dusty, look like they haven't been touched in a while. Nothing looks like it's been abandoned for months or anything, but it definitely looks like there hasn't been anyone here in at the very least a few days.
Okay.
Does it seem real